All right, that's Prime Minister's big infra push in Delhi. Prime Minister inaugurates Namo Bharat corridor. Delhi gets the first Namo Bharat train, 13-kilometer stretch of RRTS unveiled. Sahibabad, Ashok Nagar, Namo Bharat corridor inaugurated. The Prime Minister rides Namo Bharat train. The Prime Minister will also be unveiling a slew of projects, 12,200 crore worth projects to be launched by Prime Minister Modi today. So the Prime Minister has inaugurated and will be laying the foundation stone of multiple development projects in Delhi worth over rupees 12,200 crores. The key focus of the projects is enhancing regional connectivity and ensuring ease of travel. So Prime Minister Modi has inaugurated the Namo Bharat corridor between Sahibabad and New Ashok Nagar, which makes it the first Namo Bharat that Delhi gets. Prime Minister will also be inaugurating the Janakpuri-Krishna Park section of Delhi Metro Phase 4. He'll be laying the foundation stone of Rithala-Kundli section of Delhi Metro Phase 4. So in a major boost to infrastructure in Delhi, the Prime Minister has inaugurated the Namo Bharat corridor. Delhi gets its first Namo Bharat train, 13-kilometer stretch of RRTS unveiled. Sahibabad, Ashok Nagar Namo Bharat corridor inaugurated. The Prime Minister also rides Namo Bharat train. He will be unveiling a slew of projects worth rupees 12,200 crores.
आज वो बहुत ज्यादा खुश है क्योंकि अगर हम बात करें तो आरआरटीएस एक ऐसी पहल का हिस्सा है जो दिल्ली को आसपास के शहरों से निर्बाध रूप से जोड़ने के लिए डिजाइन किया।
Prime Minister Modi has inaugurated a 13-kilometer section of the rapid regional transit system between Sahibabad in Ghaziabad and New Ashok Nagar in East Delhi. With this, the RRTS will connect Delhi with the NCR city of Meerut. After this, the Prime Minister will officially launch the Delhi section along with 2 RRTS stations in the capital. And he will also be travelling from Sahibabad to New Ashok Nagar. The 13-kilometer stretch will be open for public starting at 5 p.m. With this inauguration, the RRTS trains will now arrive in Delhi, ushering in a new chapter of high-speed mobility options for the national capital, boosting regional connectivity. Starting today at 5 p.m., Namo Bharat trains will be available to the public at a frequency of 15 minutes. Ashutosh Mishra is joining us live on the broadcast for more on this. Ashutosh, we see this as a major boost to regional connectivity, and we're also learning that the time between Delhi and Meerut will be reduced to just 40 minutes, and that's a major infra push in Delhi by Prime Minister Modi. Give us more details.
Which is actually half of the time than we travel by road from Delhi to Meerut, taking the newly made Delhi-Meerut Expressway. So clearly, this is going to reduce time significantly, the travel time between Delhi and Meerut, and particularly giving a boost to the infrastructure and also the people, the connectivity at large, because if you see the way it travels from Meerut to Ghaziabad, Sahibabad, and then to reaching to New Ashok Nagar in Delhi. And of course, the further connectivity will be to Nizamuddin in the next stretch, which is likely to be inaugurated in maybe less than a year. So this is the first stretch of the Delhi connectivity from Delhi to Sahibabad. So clearly the Delhi to NCR are connected. So it will help and boost for the travelers in the NCR to reach to Delhi. Largely, a large number of people would be able to use this public transport. So clearly it's a infrastructure boost, a significant infrastructure boost, not only for Delhi, but also for the NCR. Now coming to the second optical point of this, that we see the inauguration right on the eve of the Delhi elections. As we know, probably in the next 72 hours, the Election Commission will announce the election date, the polling dates for the Delhi Assembly election. So this is also in a light makes it very significant for the BJP, which is batting on the PM Modi's face for the Delhi elections. And the issue that they are taking is the infrastructure, the kind of infrastructure the BJP says the centre has made available, centre has provided for Delhi and of course the NCR. Subsequently, you have heard the Chief Minister Atishi saying that there have been also contribution of nearly 1,260 crore rupees by the Delhi government. The state had also bear its cost of the construction, this part of the RRTS in the Delhi. So be it from New Ashok Nagar or the further extension towards Nizamuddin. So Delhi is also a stakeholder of the RRTS project, have been paid a significant amount for this infrastructure connectivity. So when it comes to the credit war, you will see soon the war of words between the BJP and DAP as far as infrastructure, this new push is concerned. The Chief Minister of Delhi, Atishi, since yesterday have been speaking on that. Subsequently, the another inauguration will be the metro project. The new line of the metro project, of course, will be benefiting to millions of the commuters of the national capital. There, if you see, talk about the Delhi metro, where the Delhi and the center are the equal stakeholders. So there is a 50-50% share. So the amount of fund that center has invested in the Delhi metro is equally amount of the fund has been invested by the Delhi government that requires permission and several other, the formalities that were required. So now the center and state being an equal shareholder, we would probably see on the metro inauguration project CM and PM sharing stage together, the two arch rival parties, but head of their respective governments will be sharing a stage probably together. And already we see the credit war being taken where the BJP says a kind of infrastructure we are providing. AAP says it was all effort done by the Aam Aadmi Party government in last one decade, led by Arvind Kejriwal. So thus we see on a significant time, at a very important time, as a critical time when the infrastructure boost is being given, which, when we talk about the significance, we see already a lot of pollution, the air pollution, that means one of the key factor. So whenever you have a public transportation strength, then you have millions of commuters using it, and that will reduce the dependency on the use of fossil fuel and the vehicle. So in that terms, we see this makes it very important. But of course, the political discourse is very significant in a country and a democratic setup like India when you have elections round the year in one or certain states. So when it comes to a high-paced battle of the national capital like Delhi, we have seen always issues being played up where the infrastructure boost is, of course, one of the key factors. So even last project, you heard Prime Minister Modi taking on Aam Aadmi Party, calling them Apada. He also talked about several infrastructure projects. Subsequently, Aam Aadmi Party, while taking a dig at the PM Modi and the BJP on the leadership crisis in the BJP, they also talk about their governance model, their social welfare schemes being provided, the school, hospital. So this makes not only the elections very important, but also the issues. And probably we see one state like Delhi, where in fact in every elections, largely the focus has been area on the delivery or on the failure. Who has delivered, who has failed. Unlike several other elections we have seen where this, the election dynamic goes on caste, religion, a different discourse of language when we see by the politicians. So Delhi has been always a slightly different. Of course, there have been polarization in the past, like 2020 when there was an RCCA protest happening. In 2015 again. So largely all these elections, particularly when it comes to Delhi, the main agenda often takes center stage is the infrastructure, is the development. So both sides will take on against each other, who has done best, who has done more. Of course, the war of words against each other on certain other issues will take place. But what we see on these images is a significant booster for the infrastructure dose for the national capital and the NCR region, and optically more important when it is happening on the eve of the upcoming assembly elections of the national capital. Chetna.
Right. Ashutosh, we see both AAP and the BJP amping up their poll campaigns ahead of the elections. But what can you tell us about how this is significant for the upcoming polls, this move?
Okay, so, if you see the BJP's poster war since this morning, all it says that Dil mein hai Modi, and that those posters goes around the infrastructure projects that the BJP says to be providing. For that matter, this RRTS rail, which is a regional transport corridor medium, which will connect the NCR largely from Meerut to Delhi. So, which is a booster dose where center is the largest partner. Now, Delhi being a small stakeholder, the critical stretch that is connecting from this New Ashok Nagar to Nizamuddin. So critical part there have been shared by the Delhi government, they have also paid. So when it comes to infrastructure, the both will claim the who has done for the people of Delhi as far as providing transportation is concerned. Subsequently, when the metro comes, as I said, since the center and state being equal partner, the both likely to share stage together for this inauguration. So whenever you will hear the political speeches or the press conference or the statement, you will hear who has done more for the people of Delhi. So there will be a credit war, as I said, between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. Subsequently, at large, we see in last couple of weeks, ever since we see the heating of the campaign by the both sides, they are taking on the issues of that how they have delivered on the education, health, transportation, electric buses, whereas the BJP also has come down on the accusing the misgovernance of Delhi, that how they lack the basic civic, the civic responsibility, infrastructure project. They accuse the Aam Aadmi Party for the corruption, for the Sheesh Mahal, for the CM house expenses, and subsequently the claiming that the kind of infrastructure that was provided by the center, so be it the eastern peripheral corridor or the western peripheral corridor, that reduce the heavy transportation bypassing national capital to help in to reduce the air pollution. So on those issues, we see largely the governance is also taking a center stage in the high pitch and high octane election campaign between the Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, since it's a political structure of the fundamental of the politics of Indian is a way that you see more war of words and political attacks against each other. But when it comes to elections of Delhi, largely it revolves around the delivery, the promises, schemes that you announced, schemes that you have delivered, and the accusations by the opposition whether you have delivered or whether you have failed. But here in Delhi, the system is such, the center also is a part of governance in certain issues, be it the law and order or the public order, on the land issues, the Delhi police comes under. Subsequently, now we see the bureaucracy directly under the center via the Lieutenant Governor when it comes to services. So when you see a state complicated like this Delhi, where you have the elected government by Delhi, but the system against your opposition party, which is in center, so there is a responsibility shared by both. So when Arvind Kejriwal questioned that, look, the deliveries, the responsibility that people given to us, we have delivered, whether the BJP has delivered on the same issue with regards to law and order and certain other, whereas the BJP takes on that now you have a double engine also in the municipal corporation led by the Aam Aadmi Party. You have elected government in Delhi for more than a decade. How much you have delivered, how much promises that you made, and why you have to fail to deliver. So on those issues, we see all it is escalating, where the ruling party says we have delivered, the opposition claims they have failed. So all it is revolving around that, and now you see is the infrastructure boost. Of course, there will be a credit war, as I said, and you have to just wait for the statements that will come from both the sides. There will be a credit war on even this project as well.
Ashutosh, we earlier saw that for first Prime Minister Modi, there were flats for slum dwellers, and now this mega regional rapid transit system project. How do you think AAP is expected to counter this infra push?
Well, whenever these kind of projects are given, so when it comes to, the slum development authorities, when it was project made by the DDA, so the question was raised by the Aam Aadmi Party that in 10 years, it's been 10 years for the AAP in the Delhi, so how much number of flats that have been given? So when it comes to relocating the Jhuggi cluster, where the slogan was Jahan Jhuggi Wahan Makan, the number of houses that have been dedicated, so that also, indeed gives a booster to the BJP, because they say we promised, we delivered. Now question that comes from the AAP is that you promised to give house to everyone, to every houseless person by 2022 to these Jhuggi, these cluster, these slum areas by 2022, and now we have entered 2025. Where is that delivery? So the number of the cluster those houses given perhaps could be a beneficiary, and now that Labharti would likely to help BJP as they expect. But the question that AAP is raising, that your promise was to make sure by 2022 everyone gets house. Have you delivered it? Where you have failed it? So again, I said the critical infrastructure projects, the critical delivery, and the parties in respective powers or the mandate that they have, the promises that they have been making in 5 years, how much have been delivered is being questioned by each other. When it comes to AAP, the BJP is questioning. When it comes to the BJP, the AAP is questioning. And that's what we see, rising the temperature of this election campaign in the national capital.
Right. Thanks, Ashutosh, for bringing us all those details on that story. We see Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated a section of the rapid regional transit system between Sahibabad and Ghaziabad. In Ghaziabad, the new Ashok Nagar in East Delhi. With this, the RRTS will connect Delhi with the NCR city of Meerut. After the Prime Minister has formally launched the Delhi section along with 2 RRTS stations in the capital, he has also travelled from Sahibabad to new Ashok Nagar. The 13-kilometre stretch will be opened for the public starting 5 p.m. today. Now, with this inauguration, RRTS trains will now arrive in Delhi, ushering a new chapter of high-speed mobility options for national capital, boosting regional connectivity, which was the central aim of this project.
लिखेंगे अपनी तकदीर, हम निकल पड़े हैं प्रण करके, तन मन अपना अर्पण करके। जिद है एक सूर्य उगाना है, अंबर से ऊंचा जाना है, एक भारत नया बनाना है, अंबर से ऊंचा जाना है।
तो ये नव भारत है, हम अपनी
Now, the trains operating on the RRTS corridor have been named Namo Bharat. NCRTC officials said the fare for the standard coach on Namo Bharat trains will range between 20 rupees and 150 rupees, while passengers will have to shell out between 30 rupees and 225 rupees to travel.
ये नवयुग है, ये नव भारत, हम खुद लिखेंगे अपनी तकदीर, हम बदल रहे हैं तस्वीर, खुद लिखेंगे अपनी तकदीर, हम निकल पड़े हैं प्रण करके, तन मन अपना अर्पण करके। जिद है एक सूर्य उगाना है, अंबर से ऊंचा जाना है, एक भारत नया बनाना है, अंबर से ऊंचा जाना है। अपने मन में एक लक्ष्य लिए, मंजिल अपनी प्रत्यक्ष लिए, हम तोड़ रहे हैं जंजीरें, हम बदल रहे हैं तकदीरें। ये नवयुग है, ये नव भारत, हम खुद लिखेंगे अपनी तकदीर, हम बदल रहे हैं तस्वीर, खुद लिखेंगे अपनी तकदीर, हम निकल पड़े हैं प्रण करके, तन मन अपना अर्पण करके। जिद है एक सूर्य उगाना है, अंबर से ऊंचा जाना है, एक भारत नया बनाना है, अंबर से ऊंचा जाना।
तो अंबर से ऊंचा जाना है।
Right, I'm going to go over to my colleague Piyush Mishra, who's on the broadcast for more on this. Piyush, we see that Prime Minister Modi has inaugurated a project which is a major boost to regional connectivity. What can you give us more on this?
Well, Chetna, PM Narendra Modi has inaugurated the Delhi stretch of Delhi-Ghaziabad-Meerut RRTS Namo Bharat train. Remember that this is the project on which the Modi government had been working for the last many years to provide greater connectivity in urban areas. And Prime Minister has inaugurated the Delhi stretch, which is of 13 kilometers. Now we can say is that the Namo Bharat train, which was operating in Meerut and Sahibabad section, has now entered in Delhi. There are two stations, Anand Vihar and New Ashok Nagar, who will be part of this stretch, and there are a few more kilometers left on which the work is still going on. We are told is that the work of this entire stretch of Delhi-Meerut Ghaziabad RRTS Namo Bharat train will be completed by March 2025, and then the final station of this train would be Sarai Kale Khan. So it is now going to give a good connectivity to the people travelling from Meerut Ghaziabad towards Delhi. After inaugurating this huge project, Prime Minister is also expected to reach Rohini, where he is going to inaugurate and also lay a foundation stone for multiple projects. There is one stretch of Delhi Metro, which is the first part of phase 4 of Delhi Metro. That is also going to be inaugurated, and it is from Janakpuri-Krishna Park, where it is going to give good connectivity to the people who are living in western parts of Delhi. Then there is another project on which Prime Minister he is going to inaugurate, and that is going to give connectivity to the people of Delhi, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. So mega connectivity programs are going to be inaugurated, and it is going to give a huge boost to connectivity in various parts of Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, and then also in Haryana. The projects worth rupees 12,200 crore rupees are going to be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. After inaugurating, he will come here at Japanese Park in Rohini, from where right now I am reporting, and Parvatan Delhi is going to be addressed by Prime Minister. Let me also give you the visuals of the very place from where I am right now reporting. It is Delhi's Japanese Park, where Prime Minister will be reaching at around 1 p.m. After he reaches here, we will see scores of BJP workers reaching here, though many of them have already started arriving here. Prime Minister will go to Rohini first, in Rohini, and then after that he will come here at Japanese Park, where the mega Parvatan rally of BJP is going to take place.
Right, Piyush, we see that the Prime Minister had earlier also attacked AAP in his previous rally, calling AAP Aapada, calling them a disaster. What do you think we can expect in this rally?
Well, absolutely. Like you rightly mentioned, that Prime Minister had called Aam Aadmi Party Aapada. Prime Minister had given the new slogan, Aapada ko hatayenge, BJP ko layenge. Earlier BJP slogan was, Ab nahi sahenge, badal ke rahenge. So now there is a new slogan also, which Prime Minister has given to the workers of BJP. And you can see right behind me, the slew of workers have also started reaching here. Thousands of workers from different parts of Delhi have started reaching here. And they will take part in the mega Parivartan rally of PM Narendra Modi. So it's going to be a huge boost for the Karyakartas also of BJP who have come from different parts of Delhi to take part in this mega event. It is the first BJP rally which is taking place before the announcement of assembly elections in Delhi. After this, we will see various other rallies of different big leaders of Delhi. And also, I would ask my video journalists to give you a sense of this stage. You can see the backdrop of this stage. It is mentioned Parivartan Delhi, where all the MPs of BJP, including Delhi BJP President, they are sitting on stage. And after inaugurating the program in Rohini, where Prime Minister will inaugurate a slew of projects, including metro connectivity and other projects, Prime Minister will reach here. And what we can also pick from here is that BJP is going to keep a big focus on the issue of development, on the issue of taking forward the people of Delhi. And that is why, after inaugurating various projects, Prime Minister will come here to take part in this Parivartan rally.
Thanks, Piyush, for bringing us those details on that story.